Hello there, Trevor here from Double Bill Movies. Right, well, time for another double bill. Okay, so we're going to start with an 80s classic by John Carpenter. Now, I'd been very late to the game watching this film, and I had seen it before I did this double bill. I actually did them back to back a few weeks ago now, but I watched them back to back because it helps to me to do these double bills and do the comparison. And what I'm talking about is The Fog. And The Fog. So, I'm starting to realise I am not the biggest John Carpenter fan. Now, obviously, when it comes to The Thing, I am the biggest fan. You cannot beat that movie. But I find most of his movies, or all of his movies, really slow paced. But they're not good slow burners. They Live is alright. That, you know, there's some good action scenes in that. I'm not the biggest fan of Halloween. Not at all. I've found that really boring. But, you know, The Fog. What made me really disappointed with this one is the fact that you don't really see the pirates. You only see the silhouettes like you do here. I mean, there are a couple of shots where you can see their faces. And I was actually thinking, because the first time I watched this was the Blu-ray of this, when I bought this box set. And I was thinking, okay, well, the 4K is going to show me more. But no, it didn't. And sadly, there are quite a few video errors in this, which you may have seen yourself. If not, I won't point them out to you because I don't want to spoil your viewing of this film, especially if it's one of your favourite. But I will probably purchase the Shout Factory, I think it is, have a version. Because I know from watching In Search of Physical Media, his channel, he did a comparison of both this Studio Canal version and the Shout Factory version, and the Shout Factory version looked much better. And it didn't have the video errors that are in this one. So yeah, that was rather disappointing. And the rest of the film, I think, is great. I mean, Hal Holbrook is, although he's not in it much, I think he was pretty great as the priest and what he went through. I can't remember the lady's name, the DJ. I think she's brilliant. And her voice on the radio and just the way she comes across and the way she does everything she does in the film, I think is really, really good. And am I right that you see John Carpenter himself at the beginning of this in the church? I could be wrong, but anyway, yeah. So there were elements of it that was good, and it was kind of getting going. But then when it comes to finally seeing these pirates come up from the sea, well, they're not pirates, they're sailors, aren't they? And you don't see anything. It was just, to me, a big letdown. So anyway, that's John Carpenter's one. So now we talk about this one. I really like this one. It's slightly shorter, and I think that helped with the pace. There is actually kind of more story in this one. There's more backstory about the sailors, and the fact that you get to see the sailors. You know, obviously we're in the age of CG, of special effects here, and so they can create some really cool visual effects. The picture's really nice on this one. I watched it on my big screen. And yeah, just the story in general. The DJ, she was great, but obviously brought up to date. But she didn't, to me, have quite the same impact as in the original. So, you know, as I said just now, in the original, she's done a brilliant job. She didn't do a bad job in this one, the young actress that played her. But, and like a lot of these remakes, there is a bit of a twist that happens. You know, it starts off almost beat for beat the same as the original, but then it takes its own path, and that's good. That's what I like with remakes. So I like the up-to-date picture quality, the sound mix, and the visual effects and everything, and like I said, the slightly faster pace of the story. So out of the two, which one do I prefer? Well, clearly I prefer this one here. This is a beautiful box set. I'm going to keep this even when I get the Shout Factory one, no doubt, because it's got the CD soundtrack and everything, and I like my soundtracks. No, if this ever gets 4K, I'll be really happy. But this is literally not long been out on Blu-ray, so maybe they'll see how well it does on Blu-ray and decide then if they want to do a 4K of it. But no, if you're not too keen on John Carpenter's The Fog, then I definitely recommend this one. I think you'll like this one better. So anyway, there you go. There's another double bill. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want to know more about me and my channel and the kind of videos I put out. I've got plenty of playlists, so go and check those out and see what else you can feast your eyes upon. And I'll see you in the next video. Take it easy.